And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Allen off the play fake. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that is incomplete.
And he's missed now his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Second and 10.
Middle. Half.
Here's Allen to throw it. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he'll be brought down with the first down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Tight. Half 85. Half.
Now Allen. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go-around.
Partner, I'm wondering if...
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Houston. Stephon Diggs, 81 yards. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. To the air, Allen. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Alert! All 52. Alert! Half.
Allen now looks to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Allen going to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, there's no disputing. He's made some poor throws in his first half, but this was a good one. And you can bet this is an offense that isn't going to pull back. They believe in what he can do. So all you can do is look forward, and they pick up a first down.
On play action, Allen. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Open man is Samuel, complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Half 10.
Motion man is Shakir. To throw, it's Allen. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dalton Kincaid in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. So the late touchdown there, and that certainly changes things as we move toward halftime.
Yeah, and there's a potential for things to change even more because, remember, they get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So they can potentially double up here and take the lead. A great opportunity for them.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 13-7. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Final play of the half. Stroud going deep for Diggs. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first two quarters, they had two costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
Five wide. Middle. Out. Middle. That's it.
Throwing on second and long. Allen.
Now he fires deep for Shakir.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the third time. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Stroud off the play fake. Another one caught by Collins.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Nico Collins.
29 yards.
And the Texans take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. But DeMeco Ryans, even with the defensive mindset, he'll elect to go for 2 here.
They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do, because a lot of teams play you for the pass, so you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47.
Half 85. Half. Gun. We go.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen flushed out right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
Alert! Half. Alert! Where's that?
Play action. Now it's Allen. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Danielle Hunter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Off 52. Alert! What's that?
On play action, Allen. And his throw is incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
What's that?
Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
Stop. Keep pushing the ball down. What's that?
Looking to throw. Allen. He'll look down the field here for Kincaid. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on fourth down. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Buffalo. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Stroud looking to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down. The Texans send the punter out. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Fielded at the 20. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Here's Allen. Now he fires deep for Shakir. And he's got it inside the 10. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Khalil Shakir, 59 yards. And the Bills have made it a 1-score game again here in the fourth.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Stroud working out of the gun.
Escaping the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game, 1st and 10 here.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw is Stroud.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
4th down, Stroud going to try to throw for it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position.
This is 1st and 10. Now Allen.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
Here comes 2nd down.
Five wide.
Allen.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10.
Alert! Middle.
Here's Allen. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And he's got it inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Curtis Samuel, 49 yards.
And the Bills are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for two here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch tomorrow.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Stroud. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
To throw is Allen.
First down, here's the run with Cook.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Throwing, Allen. Now here's Samuel on the end around.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
What can they draw up now? Time to find out on a 3rd and 8.
Cook on the toss left.
And he's going to be out of bounds to stop the clock. And they continue to move a little bit closer toward that potential game-winning field goal.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
2nd and 6 coming up.
Alert, alert, alert!
Now a give running right. It's Cook. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go. 1st and goal.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. He's a little too aggressive there from his Mike linebacker spot.
Sometimes you jump into gaps trying to draw them off sides. This time he tricked himself.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal.
Davis. will take this over the line. Touchdown, Buffalo.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we get to be here to watch this one.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Stroud to throw it. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Well, you can see what they were trying to do, just send those guys out there to make a play, but that is a costly interception.
Yeah, that's kind of like the backyard. Everybody go deep, and let's see if we can find someone. 4 verticals in the route. Any other time in the game, I love the call. But here, you're not going to hold safeties, you're not going to hold corners with any looks, because they know what the situation is, ends up throwing the interception.
Bit of a pressure spot here for Tyler Bass.
This to make it a 2-score game. And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory. And Brand
All right, no table is safe outside of Highmark Stadium because this crowd is loud and this crowd is ready for a ball game. We're just outside of Buffalo in Orchard Park, New York. Here's Tyler Bass to get this one started. And we're off and running from Western New York. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Stroud in the air to start us off. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets him around 6 there. That play cleaned up by Matt Milano.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. On play action, here's Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. Offense up to the line fast. Stroud gonna go on 4th down. And it falls incomplete. So this one will not get it done. They're going to turn this over on downs. Markers reset, ball at the 37. They'll try the right side with Cook. And he won't win the race to the outside. That runs... No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cook. Has a lane inside the 25. And he's finally stopped right at the start of that red zone, down at the 20. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the 2nd level. Well, someone from the 2nd level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Needing 10 yards now as they line up at 2nd and goal. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And again, he can't manage anything. Defense all over him at the line. All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. About to begin the 2nd here, the Bills definitely thinking points.
Hey, home. Look out.
3rd and goal for Allen. He brings it in. And he eats a huge hit as he tries for the marker. Almost nothing after the catch that time, Brock. It's going to be 4th down.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes, they so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Amendola able to put it through. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Bass now to kick this away. From his own end zone, here we go. And this drive will start inside the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Shotgun now for Stroud. Chased out to his right.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
From the 44 here on 2nd down. Connection made to Dell. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's the 2-minute warning now from Highmark. The Texans working here. New set of downs for him from the 46.
Here we go.
1st and 10, around to Mixon. And they needed more than one defender there. Powerful runner, stopped for just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Complete to Dell. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line. Stroud now on 3rd. Buys time, rolling right. And they make this stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. Stroud now on 4th down. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he's brought down after a short gain. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10.
Half 85, half 85.
It's Allen out of the pistol. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
You know, Ken, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
1st down throw for Allen. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had, and incompletion still pretty good for the defense.
Alert! 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 Look out!
2nd and 10 now. Finds Kincaid. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Jalen Petrie there on the stop.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Amendola able to put it through. And another field goal makes it 6-0 for him.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Here comes the final play of our first half.
All right.
Looking to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So we finished 2 quarters, a couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And that kick goes out of bounds. They're going to get great field position out of this. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Even on the outer edges of this field, Kate, a cornerback making a stop behind the line, it's impressive. But in the middle third, that takes a special and fearless type of cornerback.
Play action now, Allen. He finds Kincaid running the slant. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Allen. And that throw just too high for him.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Alert! 56, 56! Stop, 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 stop. Regular, 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 regular. Monday. Where's that?
From the shotgun, it's Allen. He's got the hook up to Cooper. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Working quickly here. It's Mixon on second down. Still motoring past the 30. And he gets it forward to the 46-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Keeping it with Mixon. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Offense in the hurry-up here. First down, Stroud. That's a catch for Nico Collins. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans get this tie before the end of the third. Nico Collins with the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans take the lead on that successful kick. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Five wide.
Here's Allen. Forced out to his right. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Petrie. And the Texans are able to bring this back to the 35-yard line. Oh, man, I'm having to hold my partner back after this one. Captain Fundamental not happy that he didn't take the time to stop and get set before delivering that football. Got to think that in part led to the turnover.
Yeah, Captain Fundamental because I couldn't run. Kind of like Tom Brady, right? But he's the essence of it. He's the GOAT. Why? Because he sets his feet. He's so fundamentally sound. The chance of interception so much higher when you're fundamental.
Great work by the coverage downfield. Buys him enough time to catch him outside the pocket. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. So we're through 3 here. It's the Texans in possession of it, needing to preserve that lead over one final quarter. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long.
On the quick, right?
Another try following the sack. He fires one deep down the left. This is caught inside the 15. They get 35 out of that one. And it sets up a Houston first. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And he only gets this one down to the 9. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. On the ground again with Mixon. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
3rd down, Mixon gets it. And he bowls through the defense for a touchdown. The Texans pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs in, Miss Kate.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those horses before they find pay dirt.
And it's no good. Not the time you want to see the extra point off the mark here in a one-score game in the fourth. Now probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Middle. Out. Middle.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Monday. Hey, hold. Hey, tight. What's that?
Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Caught quickly on the slant. They get 38 out of the play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Half 85. What's that?
Throwing now on 1st down. Allen headed right through the middle of the field. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Bills first down.
Look out.
From the red zone now. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Pass. What's that?
Setting up to pass. Gets this to Kincaid. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Look out.
To throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards of it into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Throw caught by his running back. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. They hit him for 5 yards on 4th down and get the successful conversion. They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal.
What's that?
He'll look to throw it. And he gets him the touchdown. And now a potential game-deciding play call coming up. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean into his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
Bass now to kick this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Back to throw. Fits it through the middle. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. Still 1 more in their pocket to use.
Just about every... Beginning time since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that could stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes, and what a difference it can make for an offense.
They're all set up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this 1st and goal. They're going to run here. It's Mixon. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line. Final timeout called by the Texans. Here's 2nd and goal from the 6.
All right.
Looking to throw, Stroud. No place to go, so he just threw it away. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal.
All right.
Here he is to throw. Flush down out to his left. He just throws this one away.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, a better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover, wisely throwing it away.
So a timeout's taken, just 5 seconds left. And after the pause, we're going to see our last play of the game. So now it's all up to Kaimi Fairbairn. This from just 23 yards away. Oh, he missed it! The pressure got to him on that short attempt. And barring a miracle, we're set up for overtime. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Back to throw now, Allen. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Taken away by the rookie from USC. And the Texans make the interception on the final play of regulation. They've got some serious momentum now as we head to overtime. Well, Brock, 4 quarters couldn't decide a winner, and now we're set up for an exciting conclusion to this contest. Overtime is coming up next. Now, hopefully this conclusion will be just as exciting as our opening 4 quarters. The kick is away here in overtime. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. A give to Mixon up the middle. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. On play action, here's Stroud. As the open man downfield. And he's in! Touchdown, Houston! The Texans parlay the interception into points. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
So after thinking it over, they're lining up for 2.
Here we go.
He's throwing for it. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
He knows he should have had that one, but in the end, it really doesn't matter. He still did his job and denies that offense 2 more points.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Johnson now on the return. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Half. Alert!
Now he gets a shot here in overtime. He puts some power on a deep one left. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Texans are stopped on the return just shy of their own 35. So the Texans come away with a road win. And it's going to be remembered quite a bit for the defensive effort right there at the end to steal away the last bits of hope from the opposing sideline with that interception, Brock, and officially end this game. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Buffalo.
About 3 inches of the white stuff has fallen, and the prognosticators say still 3 to 5 more to come tonight in Chicago as we welcome you to football under the lights at snowy Soldier Field. Tyler Bass about ready to get us going.
And off we go from Soldier Field.
Tyler Scott now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly. As he won't make it back to the 20. Throwing right away is Williams.
And incomplete to open things up.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come because they're blitzing to start this ball game, and it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
Here's 2nd and 10. First carry for DeAndre Swift.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Looking to throw is Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
They'll go. Here's Williams. He'll get this complete to the rookie from Washington.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the 4th down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game plan for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game plan for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Rasul Douglas picks it.
And the Bills are going to take over here up near the 40.
So we see it right here on the opening drive, throwing the football in these snowing conditions. Going to be very, very tough. You wonder if they're going to rethink the aerial attack going forward.
It will be interesting, and it'll be a debate because most of the quarterbacks that we know, they believe they can throw through anything. They don't care if it's rain, snow, it doesn't matter as long as they get a chance to throw the football. And I think a lot of coaches think that in these conditions, let's throw it early before things get worse.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Here is 3rd and 5. Motion man is Shakir.
On play action, Allen.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears will take over possession here up at the 44. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes